Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's time now for Car Talk. Yeah, it's Thursday. The sun is shining finally. I couldn't wait till Thursday so the sun would shine. How we doing, Brad Doenges?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful morning. As you said, the sun was shining off the cars, and there's a special fall day and a weekend coming up. It's a great time as we have go back to standard time and get through Halloween. And
speaking of standard, you brought your standard van here with you.
Yeah, Jason. Say hello,
good morning,
Jason.
Tom. How you doing?
Bonafide, got papers on him, standard van. How you doing? How you doing,
Thank
Jason?
you to everybody out there listening and watching us. We are so glad you're with us today. And busy into the month at the dealership. We finally got some inventory. We're able to fill up the
looks
front
full,
of the
finally.
lot.
Woohoo!
And there's a bunch more coming. We've been selling more and more cars. And just
you were worried.
Momentum. Yeah, well, that's my job. I'm the official
Everybody else is like going, relax, Brad,
culture protector and worrier. And Jason gets to handle some of that. So. Everybody does, but no, it's all good. We so proud of the team as they've worked really hard this last year. I mean, it's just about a year ago we sold the Ford store. And,
has it already been? That has been one fast year.
Yeah. It has been a fast year, and it's been it's one of those things. It was a really hard decision to make, and we've been Ford dealers since 1929 in the car business for over 95 years. And the truth is, it was getting harder and harder to work across both brands, and not really truthfully, Toyota's advantage is they're so consistent. They make great decisions. They stick with their plan. I see in the press this week, the stuff about, stopping the production of the F-150 Lightning. After a few years ago, trying to get us to invest millions of dollars.
Ford wanted us to be nothing but electric.
and just as a small dealer, that's very stressful to be pulled around back and forth. And the truth is, Toyota's consistency and great decision making as they've navigated this period, really focusing on the customer, on what people want to buy, what the best vehicles in the market are great hybrid systems, having a full array of internal combustion engines, hybrid, plug-in hybrid,
electric,
and battery electric.
Basically,
vehicles.
all the above.
It is all the above.
All the above. Toyota really makes a great vehicle. At last, it stands the test of time. And I don't mean to disparage Ford in any way.
No, you weren't.
It's about us, truthfully, and our focus on Toyota and our wanting to serve our customers, to provide a great place to work for the employees, and to support Bartlesville, because Bartlesville is our home. It's our community. In today's world, let's face it, we're more and more unique as the car business has changed. A lot of consolidation.
The majority of dealerships now are these mega corporations.
Mega corporations.
You're not going to get to walk into the mega corporation and talk to the Brad.
No, I'm not there. But you're not even the guys like me.
With the Brad.
The truth is, we have one dealership, one community we serve, and we're here for Bartlesville. And want to be your choice. That's why we call it the Doenges choice. It is that was intentional back in the when they created that in the 90s, when the internet started.
The interweb.
It was Mike Long and my uncle Bob came up with Doenges choice, and we started imagining today. Then I came in 2000 to Bartlesville and joined them in our effort to really. Keep the family legacy going in Bartlesville, and keep that, move on to the third generation, and hopefully to the fourth here sometime. I'm proud of my son William, who's working at the dealership now, one of our sales team leaders, and has really done a great job and continues to grow. And
how many businesses in Oklahoma can say they're third generation, let alone fourth generation?
Not many.
It's pretty unique, I think.
You're in a special club.
Well, and as we go forward, we can't be complacent.
No.
This is the challenges of these competing with these large corporations that are our competition now, from the large dealer groups to Carvana or even Amazon Autos selling cars.
Is that the one that's got the Pez dispenser with the cars in it?
Yeah, there is one of those. That's the Carvana.
Okay.
And we've had them reach out to us, and this is
Carvana.
An backstory.
This was
So they reached out to us because they watched how I price cars, and they wanted to put our used car inventory on their website, and they were going to pay us what we wanted for our cars and sell them to their customers. I wonder if our prices are good.
I think our prices might be a little bit lower.
Simple price is a real thing, folks. I just don't discount this as some kind of marketing message. It is, but it's also the truth.
Yeah.
And that being
when
able
you get
to
the big
trust.
guys wanting to steal you.
Yeah, no, well, they weren't really wanting to steal it. They were gonna pay us what we wanted for our cars and partner with us to help us sell more cars. In some ways it was attractive to me because I could sell more cars that way. But I also realized that it would take cars away from my sales team here. That we'd probably be selling cars outside of our community more, and in today's world, inventory is one of the key drivers of our business. I can't acquire enough used cars at a cost that makes sense. If I pay these huge prices at the auction, you can get all you need, but those aren't good values for us as a dealer or for our customers either. So we were real selective on what we sell. We have to own them right in order to be able to sell them. But if we can work out a deal where we purchase a car from you, can get you a fair price to purchase your car and then be able to sell it pretty quickly. That's the business we're in. Everybody deserves a fair deal, and we do need, at the end of the day, need to be able to make a profit. But the truth is that we focus on simplifying the process of buying a car, making sure that we have competitive pricing on every vehicle we have on our website. That price is the actual price that you experience when you come into the dealership.
You're not going to come in and have somebody say, "Hey, that's only if you
still hear from
finance the car on Tuesday."
Dealers are playing these games where the price, that's only if you finance with us or if you trade. And folks, that is illegal in the state of Oklahoma. It's not. I don't want to get in trouble with my car dealer friends, but the truth is you can't do that. There's been big news this week on that. There was the Google itself has changed some of their auto advertising rules. It's I think a big win for consumers and for honest dealers. That just on October 28th they rolled out some stricter transparency rules where they just are trying to eliminate deceptive pricing tactics in car ads. The truth is you have to clearly disclose the full costs and payment of the vehicle. And you can't change that. You once it's out there, it's an ad, and you have to honor that price. So Google's trying to eliminate that from there, and they have a real powerful position, obviously. A lot of people find their vehicles through Google, but things like bait and switch pricing, hidden fees, misleading free offers are officially out, and violations you'll get suspended from Google after a 7-day warning. It could be a game changer for us as a in quotes ethical dealer. We've always played along by the rules. Jason does our marketing, and do I know how to write an auto disclaimer, and do I police how we do this?
We play by the rules, very much so, and we should. Everybody
we
should.
should. It levels out the playing field. It builds trust, and with the consumers trying to navigate a pretty complex process of buying a car. There's a thing in the whole car business lingo called the Foursquare. This was a negotiation technique where you'd take the pieces of a car deal, the price, the trade, the payment, and the down payment, and you'd start by putting all four of them on this Foursquare, and and so the customers would then pick the one they disagreed with the most, would be kind of what the dealers were trying to get them to do. But the whole idea is that you focus them on the payment or the trade or the price of the car. It doesn't really matter. You focus on one, and
square.
they kind of take all the others away and start playing shell games with this. And they were experts at it. And to be honest, that's why I didn't want to be in the car business. I didn't think it was the right way to sell things and
that's
to treat
why you
people.
Changed it several
and that's
years ago.
why my whole career in the car business pretty much has been about not doing that, not having a culture that, like the Glengarry and Ross, a great old movie where
coffee is for closers.
and you want leads, it's like you couldn't sell a car if you had to. And I remember going to sales meetings back when I first got in the business, and somebody'd be fired at every week at a meeting. The person who was the low guy who didn't sell a car. I've heard stories about it. People coming in and saying anybody who doesn't sell a car today, we need to sell a few more cars this month. I've got 2 days left. But imagine if I walked in and said, okay, anybody who doesn't sell a car between now and the end of the month, you're fired. Yeah. Is that a nice place to work?
No.
I wouldn't work there. And
it'd be like walking off a cliff every day.
Yeah, it really would.
And the how we pay is a whole nother thing at Doenges.
Salaried,
non-commissioned, and not just the sales consultants that you deal with, but also the managers. Mm-hmm. So this is a whole nother level of trust and building the process around the consumer. And what you expect, I think, when you come in to buy a car is that simple price. What you pay is what you see is what you pay. No hidden fees, no gimmicks.
Yeah.
We just want to help you. It's not a hustle. Our goal is to make car buying clear, honest, and stress-free. And it's something we stand on. It's our whole. It's
our ethic.
What we talk about. It's our ethic. It's how we do things throughout the dealership too, and with all in sales, service, the body shop, our parts department. We are all focused on our customers and how we can serve you better. And so we're not complacent. We continue to invest in not just in that ethical way to sell cars, but in great technology. So
the ability for a customer to go on our website and actually put together their own deal, so that you're not sitting in a situation where you don't know what your payment is going to be, or you don't know what the cost of the car is.
That Foursquare thing doesn't happen in that environment. You can go in, you see our simple price, you can evaluate your trade, you can look at payments, you can look at incentives, you can compare the price to our payment on a purchase with the incentives for that, or a lease. All those things you used to have to go in and ask the salesman, and he would walk back and forth to the manager, and you never knew quite what they were talking about. All that's right there in front of you. Our sales team has that on their Surface Pros, on the showroom floor. You can do it at home on the website. Just go in and find the car you like, or one close to it. Let's face it, there are dealers with larger inventories than us, but nobody can stock every Toyota. So
good luck.
No, they make, I think on the Tundra, there's something like 10 million different Tundras that can be built. So, go ask Jim Norton if he has 10 million Tundras. No.
Jimmy will say I am.
The truth is nobody has everything, and some things that you can imagine could be built probably can't even really be purchased. So
there are lots of unicorns out there.
Well, they come in packages, right? There's trim levels and different options, and they're often packaged up in different arrays. So sometimes you can't say, I don't really care if I have that large screen, but I want a heated seat and heated steering wheel. But what if they come together? You can't. Some of the things you can't break apart. Some you can. So this is another area where our team can really help you through that process, help you figure out how to get the best deal on the vehicle you want without a lot of pressure trying to sell you just what we can see out there on the lot. It's one of those great advantages that it comes from working with Doenges Toyota. You know, we want to push for more clarity and fairness and trust in every transaction. You know, in addition to Google changing how they handle car ads, we've had the Oklahoma Motor Vehicle Commission has really been pushing this year for advertising integrity.
And this is interesting. It's about the first time in 10 years that I've seen them make these kind of moves.
They've always enforced the rules, but now they're going out and really looking for people causing the problem, not waiting for someone to report of the problem. They're going out, they're enforcing clear online pricing rules, cracking down on misleading phrases like guaranteed approval or factory direct pricing. There's things you just can't say in the car business by law. And, you know, so
things that sound really attractive in an ad,
they can. I mean,
it's
like
just can't.
How factual is it?
This is the problem.
This is something that you know, it's always been there. Truthfully, there's the Federal Trade Commission has rules about the word free. If you use that in marketing, it really has to be free.
It's got to be free, or the sky's falling on you.
And I see it all the time where people say something is free.
Free TV with the purchase of.
Yeah, but it is with the purchase then, and is that free?
That is not free.
That's a contingent.
Yeah, so these things, as consumers, you shouldn't have to think about all that. But just be assured that at Doenges Toyota, you're not going to run into all that. We're going to be straight up with you, treat you like you're part of the family, just like we do all our employees and customers, and building repeat customers, serving our community. Those are the things that drive us every day, that keep us in business. We don't want to be the biggest dealer in the world and take over, sell every car. That, we've got a business model and a structure that allows us to kind of pass on the savings to our customers, to pay our people fairly, but not, reward them for taking advantage of people. We want to have a cost to do business that's sustainable. That's how you make it through 95 years is really by being, careful and not, that's what I do worry about sometimes.
Careful and good to your customers. Yeah. The amount of repeat business that we have and customer loyalty when it comes to things like service, it is off the charts.
The great story from this week, we had a guy come in with I think it was a 91 4Runner. No, I think it was 99 4Runner. So 26, 27 years old. He had the letter from Rick Grossman, who was one of our sales associates in the past, thanking him for buying the car, an actual real letter that we mailed. Some people don't know what that is. But
postage stamp.
Postage stamp and a letter signed by a person. But anyway, he traded in, we're still getting him his new 4Runner, but he's trading in his old 4Runner for a brand new model 4Runner, incredible new redesigned 4Runner.
But he should get about another 25 years.
I hope so. This is, this is what it's all about, and that's a great story. We'll put that. We'll be able to hopefully find that old 4Runner a new home soon, I know it may struggle to get to the lot because those are the kind of cars that a lot of times the service technicians really covet before it makes it out.
There will be a technician who makes an offer.
Sometimes that happens. Let's plan on doing with that after we fix it.
Yeah. Well, and this is, here's the advantage of purchasing a pre-owned car from Doenges is the amount of love that our technicians give vehicles before they hit our lot. The pre-owned vehicles come in. We've got a 128-point inspection that they perform, and truthfully, if we decide not to do something, we're going to tell you about that too. This is true.
So this is a really important point you bring up, Jason, because a lot of times dealers just trade for something and throw it out there, and I see that all the time when I'm mystery shopping. Yes, I actually send out leads and to other dealers to find out what's going on. Why is that so? How do they price a car that low? And that's how I find out about these not transparent car dealers.
You see it firsthand.
I do, because I want to be able to help our team understand what the competition is doing and what they're doing well and what they're doing poorly, so we can, what we call teach our customers to shop. If you are gonna come in and look at a car we have and go and continue to shop, great. We're not gonna try to stop you from doing that, but we want you to know, about what you might run into out there and help you through that process so that you feel comfortable in your decision in the end, whether you buy from us or not. It's really important to us that you get a good deal, whether you buy from us or not. We know that building our process around your needs and our customers has worked now for 95 years, and we just really want to be there to help you. So if there's, and that's for the full spectrum of our customers, people that, bought numerous cars from us through the years. Maybe every couple years you're trading your car, or the guy who kept his 4Runner for 26 years, or somebody who's never bought a car before, or maybe you've got credit issues, or you're upside down in your car, what they call, have an inequity position where you owe more than it's worth. We can help you with that process. We're going to use our transparent selling. We'll tell you the truth, help you come up with a plan to absorb that inequity or to take it, and it may take time. We may have to keep making a few payments and talk again in a few months. But the truth is, we're going to be upfront and honest with you in that process. There are some great tools we have to be able to help you with that. One of them is leasing. If you're looking at having that kind of inequity position, a lot of times it comes from trading too early on a previous vehicle and rolling in equity into multiple purchases, or sometimes paying too much for a car. But whatever happens, that can often be rolled into a lease. And the beauty of a lease is it has a beginning and an end. So you can be sure on a 2-year or 3-year lease that at the end of that period, you're not going to owe anything. You'll have a choice whether you want to purchase that vehicle for the rest of its residual value, or whether you can walk away from it and let the lease company take it back, and you don't have to worry about that car any longer. And so
one of the other great advantages of leasing, especially with Toyota, are offers like 2025 Camry LE that you can lease right now for $249 a month for 36 months.
And the Tacoma is an incredible lease. It's on a really well-equipped 4x4 Tacoma. You can get them in the mid 200 range. It's really a great value, and it's a great way to buy a car, lower your cost of monthly driving a car every month. Put you in a position to trade again in a few years without having to deal with these equity issues. And as we see people, another thing that causes the inequity sometimes is extending your loan out too long. Banks now will offer loans of
84
72,
months.
84 months, even 96. That's a long time to be paying for a car. And what happens then is, halfway through the loan, you still don't have equity, as they call it. In other words, your vehicle's worth more than what you owe to the bank. And a lot of times it's hard to see that. I saw an ad in the paper this week. The Tulsa World had an ad for 3.9 on car loans, but it was only on a 36-month loan. So 3 years versus the traditional now. I think the industry average is in that
60 to
72 months now. It's really grown in the last few years with higher interest rates and people just chasing that lower payment. They want to lower their payment because that's their budget. And so this is where another advantage of dealing with our non-commissioned sales associates is we're going to explain all that to you and help you make a good decision.
Well, I can vouch for that.
So you can get that purchase. We don't want to break your budget, but we also want to, you to understand the long-term implications of your decision, and so that you can make a really informed decision. Cars are a depreciating asset. They're always going to go down in value once you drive them off the lot and put some miles on them. Very rarely do they go up in
value.
price. There are a few rare cases, but
Maybe
usually
that little black thing you drive.
the Mercure, it made it. I don't know. It's not depreciating any longer. I can promise you, but it's not worth what it was. But sometimes a really rare car that you'd never drive and put up on a lift and let sit there for 20 or 30 years might be worth more than you purchased for it. But most people aren't going to get
That's true.
that kind of a GT40 or even an old Toyota Celica would be like that. Truthfully, if you bought one in the 90s and never drove it and had it put it in the garage or up on a lift to save the suspension and kept got all the fluids out of it, made sure that it didn't have any contamination, and then you brought it out 40 years later, it'd probably be worth more than you paid for it.
Talking about Celicas is really off topic, but there was an article about the new president of Japan, first female president, and one of her prized possessions is a Celica.
Lots of great
She's
news.
still driving it.
All this stuff going on in the world, and President Trump going around in Asia working with the Japanese and part of his trip, and Toyota has agreed, has for years invested in the United States, but has agreed to invest
$10 billion
a lot
investment.
more money to build plants and build cars here. I heard at the Toyota meeting this plan to invite American manufacturers and to potentially import American-made Toyotas into Japan.
It sounds like that's moving forward.
So this is really great stuff. Toyota is at its heart a Japanese company, but it's also an American company. And really, over 65% of the vehicles we sell in America are built here in North America and in America itself. There's some in Mexico and Canada also. But, this is how the world is. It is a worldwide economy. But Toyota does invest in the USA and wants builds, all our Tundras, Tacomas, the Sequoia down in San Antonio.
Well, and actually, you should. This may be a good show in the next couple of weeks. Our associate Kobe Brinkman had the opportunity to go to San Antonio a couple of weeks ago, and
to go to the Tundra plant. That's a great idea to get him back and let him talk about what he learned there, because the plant itself, how Toyota manufactures vehicles, is amazing, because they are really a great manufacturer at their heart. They not only build quality vehicles, but they have these great processes of just-in-time delivery of parts that are needed for the vehicle. Most of the sub-parts are manufactured just a few feet away from the assembly line where the vehicles are
a lot of the
built.
vendors are on the campus.
So they don't have to keep stock. It reduces the cost of the vehicle, and and they make great cars. So anyway, that's
how do we find you?
Well, of course, you can find us online at DoengesToyota.com, or give us a call at 918-333-0900, 0900.
Or just drop in.
Drop in, 1911 Southeast Washington Boulevard.
Come have some cookies and a cup of coffee with us.
We bake cookies every morning. My Uncle Joe makes cookies every morning, bakes some fresh cookies. It smells so good. And then here in another hour or so, he'll be making some popcorn. And we invite everybody to come in and get a cookie.
All righty. Folks, you've been watching and listening to our Car Talk program right here on K1. Thank you.